Welcome back to my YouTube channel. My name is Ruth Reviews. If you're new to my channel, you are welcome. If you're a subscriber, you are welcome too. So on this channel, we talk about books, talk about faith, talk about anything godly. So we started a review last week on God's Generals. We talk about my award. If you've not watched the video, please do watch it and give it a thumbs up and do subscribe. So this week, I'm going to be talking about Charles Finney. Charles Finney is known as the father of modern revivalists because of several works he did in Boston, he did in United States, especially in the year 1831. Alright, so this first lesson I learned about this man was, number one, he didn't grow up in a community or in a family with a religion background. So you are there, maybe you were giving birth in a Christian family or whatever family you are giving birth to, you are privileged to know that okay, there's a religion or there's a belief system. So that's the first thing he grew up with. So it was, and because he didn't grow up with that in that kind of environment, his life didn't really have a focus. First of all, he was sent up to be a master of the school. Then after on his family that was like, okay, go into law. So it was when he was studying under Reverend Gale to become a lawyer, he encountered God. He encountered Reverend Gale, who was a carnivalist, and they begin talking scriptures. Even though he doesn't really understand or goes to his teaching, but they started talking scriptures. He bought a Bible, started studying. So he had a personal encounter with God for salvation. So I really say personal encounter is really, really important. He really had in fact, he was the first person that we could say that really had conversion through scriptures. Yeah, conversion through scriptures. He really, really encountered, God really encountered him in a way that it was an epic way, and it was a fantastic one too. And another lesson I learned about this man was, after he got born again, he didn't keep his story to himself. He let it out. He started telling people, and the more he tells those people, the more Holy Ghost affirm whatever he's saying. And that was even really what made him wanted to train as a minister, because whenever he talks, people weep and comes knowledge of Christ. So that was what all his really life was about. He really wants to bring people into knowledge of God, want people to be saved, want them to have a right knowledge about the scripture. That's what his life purpose, I would rather say it's all about. Now, another thing I'll talk about is his family life. He had a really stable family life. He married to a lady called Lydia. At the early his life, they gave birth to 6 children, even though 2 died out of it. But he really had a stable family life. He decided to stop being a traveling minister after 10 years of being an evangelist due to his family, and which I really say it's a very good score for him. But after the woman died, he had to remarry because of his children. Even though it wasn't really at the start of it, it wasn't really recovered as love. But later he learned to admire the lady that really ended her life with him. So another thing I really learned from Charles Finney's story is his relationship with a man called Father Nash. Father Nash is a blind man that really believed in intercessory prayers. See, there's not really any revivalist that doesn't pray. At the early of his life, even before he got born again, he has been praying. But Father Nash association with him really brought more intercessory work into his life. If whenever they want to go somewhere, Father Nash will go ahead of him, pray for over a week before he comes, and you could see several revivals breaking forth. Even though he had opposition, he had to oppose for social justice sometimes. He had to fight because of this carnivalist, because these people believe that there's no hope for mercy and grace. They don't think there's any hope for salvation because they couldn't help him. In fact, when he wanted to get born again and he went to them, they couldn't help him. So he really decided to help people, and that is one thing I learned about this man. And obviously, another last thing I'm going to be talking about is his worship life. He really had a stable worship life. See, there's no minister or any man of God, even in Nigeria or all over outside the world, that doesn't really have a worship life. This man can pick up his cello and start playing. See, worship is a act of communion with God. We really need to bring up worship in the church of God. You're just worshiping God, and you're just pouring your mind out. But this is what this man did. The man is, apart from he's a healing evangelist, he's a revivalist, he's also a man of prayer. So that will be all for this week. I'm going to see next. If you've not subscribed, please do subscribe, because this channel will really, really bless your life.